6 traditional French manor houses, starting at just $80,000. The first one alone sets the tone. 4 bedrooms in a real village, fully furnished for under $100,000. And by the end of this, there's one property with a walled garden so expansive, it completely shifts what this budget means in France. That's the game. And these 6 properties are the players. First up, and we're starting strong, 83,000 euros, roughly $96,000. Property 1 is in Mano, a village in the Charente, 9 kilometers from Conflans, and crucially, right in the heart of the village with local shops around you. This isn't countryside isolation, this is village life with a house attached to it. The exterior is a classic village property with an attached 17 square meter garage, that's about 183 square feet, and a separate 219 square meter garden, pleasant and described as easy to maintain. And the listing describes the house itself as furnished. You read that correctly? Furnished. Walk in, and the chairs are already there. The living space is approximately 104 square meters, about 1,119 square feet, across 2 floors. Ground floor is a living room and a fitted, equipped kitchen. First floor has a landing, 4 bedrooms, a shower room with WC and a bathroom with WC, oil-fired central heating, mains drainage. The infrastructure is properly in. The listing describes it as ready to move in or rent, with no immediate expenses. That's curator language for we're not hiding anything, and it matters in this niche. And the best part is, the listing specifically flags get potential, meaning holiday rental income from day one isn't a stretch. It's a stated possibility baked into the listing itself. Solid property, village center, already furnished, income angle already written in, for under $100,000. That's a real start. But for $14,000 more, the space more than doubles. Stay with me. Let's take a breath in southwest France because this region deserves one. The Charente River rolls gently through market towns where the weekly market is still the social event of the week. The cafe terraces actually get used by actual locals, not tourists. You can drive to Bordeaux in under 2 hours. The TGV connections are closer than most people assume when they look at a map of rural France. Mild winters, genuinely long dry summers, and a culture of food and pace that people spend decades trying to access. Property prices here still feel like something the rest of the international property hunting world hasn't caught up to yet. It won't stay this way forever. Which is precisely why the properties we're looking at right now matter. These aren't fantasies. These are real listings, real regions, and the kind of life that's actually available for this money if you move before someone else does. Property 2, 95,000 euros, about $110,000, in Valence d'Albi, 25 minutes from Albi. This is southern France with a slightly different rhythm. The Tarn region sits just northeast of Toulouse, where the architecture shifts toward warm-toned stone and red-tiled roofs, and the pace leans a little more Mediterranean. Albi itself, with its UNESCO-listed cathedral and brick-built historic center, brings culture and infrastructure without overwhelming the rural calm. It's the kind of place where countryside and small city life overlap effortlessly. The house itself is a former bourgeois house, 216 square meters of living space on a 772 square meter plot, roughly 8,310 square feet. From the street, the facade communicates old money and classical proportions. Ground floor has an entrance hall, leading to 4 rooms totaling roughly 80 square meters. Then the first floor, and this is where it gets interesting, is configured as a completely self-contained apartment. A 36 square meter living room, opening onto a large terrace with an unobstructed view, a fitted kitchen, 2 bedrooms, a dressing room, a bathroom, and a shower room with separate WC. 2 more bedrooms sit on the second floor. The listing is honest that renovation is required. It doesn't hide it, but the bones are all there, and that first floor apartment is described as functioning now. 47 square meter garage, about 506 square feet. Adjoining the house, condensing gas boiler, connected to the village's mains drainage. And the best part is, you could move into the top floor apartment and treat the rest of the house as a project you tackle on your own schedule, on your own terms. 216 square meters, a terrace with views, a city 25 minutes away for $110,000. The first real leader change is coming, because the next property doesn't just have a house, it has two. Take a moment to absorb where we are geographically. The Creuse, the Cambrais, the Puy-de-Dôme Hills. This is still one of the most affordable regions in all of Western Europe, and it's not because it lacks character or quality of life. Property taxes are low. Village services are still functioning, schools, pharmacies, post offices. The pace is the kind of slow that people spend their whole working lives trying to earn their way toward. The nearest boulangerie is almost never more than a short walk away, and there's something deeply satisfying about that being your daily reality. For remote workers, for retirees, for families who want more space and more life for less money, this part of France is still one of the most genuinely undervalued corners of the continent. Property 3, and this is the first real leader change, 103,000 euros, roughly $120,000 in Pionçat in the Cambrai. This part of central France feels almost untouched. Volcanic hills, dense forests, and quiet stone villages that seem to exist slightly outside of time. The Cambrai region, sitting between Auvergne and Limousin, is known for its landscapes more than its crowds. It's rural in the truest sense, but that's exactly the appeal. Forget single house. This is a property complex. The exterior alone stops you. Stone walls, a fully enclosed walled garden with an orchard, 3 garages, a carport, and a stone-paved courtyard with attractive paving. It looks and feels like a small, private French hamlet that you happen to own. The main house has an entrance hall, leading into a large living room with an open stone fireplace, a dining room with a wood-burning stove, a kitchenette, and an office on the ground floor. Upstairs there are multiple bedrooms, one with its own fireplace, a bathroom, and an attic above that could be converted into further space. A cellar runs beneath the main house, accessible from the dining room. Ground floor windows are double-glazed PVC. That's a practical upgrade that matters. Then there's a second independent living unit, accessible from its own street-facing entrance, its own entrance hall, kitchen, 3 rooms, and a bathroom upstairs. The listing is straightforward. The second unit needs renovation, heating, windows, the staircase. The main stairwell had water damage from a leak that has since been repaired, but the staircase itself will need to be renovated or replaced. The listing doesn't hide this, and that's exactly the kind of transparency you want to see. The main house is described as livable, with authentic character intact. Always check documents and fees on something this layered. Listings like this move fast. And the best part is, there's already a 45 square meter outbuilding, about 484 square feet, with its own toilet sitting in the courtyard, multiple garden sheds, and the listing explicitly flags Airbnb and holiday cottage potential for the second unit. 3 garages, a carport, an orchard, stone walls, a private courtyard, and a built-in income strategy for $120,000. It's not a museum, it's real life. New leader. But keep watching. The next one is the largest in square meters yet, and it comes with rental income already built right into the ground floor. Property 4, and here's where it gets serious. 129,000 euros, around $152,000, in Jarnages in the Creuse. The Creuse is often described as one of France's last quiet frontiers, a place of lakes, farmland, and slow-moving days where time feels stretched in the best possible way. It's deeply rural but not disconnected, and the architecture here leans toward solid stone homes built to last generations. It's the kind of region people discover once, and then quietly keep to themselves. The exterior makes an impression immediately. A semi-detached village house with a large walled courtyard featuring a generous terrace, described in the listing as cozy and private. And inside, before we even get to the numbers, There's an original oak staircase and parquet flooring throughout. Features like that cost more to replicate than most properties on this list cost to buy entirely. The total living space is approximately 284 square meters, about 3,057 square feet. On the ground floor, a 53 square meter apartment has its own entrance from the main street. The listing describes this as a self-contained unit, already rentable. The main house behind it has a large living room, a substantial tiled hallway, 2 good-sized bedrooms, and a shower room on the ground floor. First floor, a kitchen, a 30 square meter living room, about 323 square feet, a bedroom with an ensuite bathroom, an office or additional bedroom, and a toilet. Second floor, 3 attic bedrooms, another shower room, and a storage area. The central heating has a 2014 boiler, recent enough to matter and recent enough to trust. Double glazed windows throughout the main house, connected to mains drainage. There's also a separate Jeet annex that needs renovation. The listing is clear about that, with a garage, workshop, and storage shed below, and a 50 square meter apartment above, about 538 square feet, that could become a second full rental unit once the work is done. Here's the midpoint twist that reframes the whole picture. This isn't just a house, it's a small income operation. The ground floor apartment is described as already rentable. You could be offsetting your cost from month 1 in France in a village property with original parquet floors and a walled garden. And the best part is 3 floors of original character, an oak staircase, a private courtyard, and that rental income potential for $152,000. The last 2 on this list are the most polished. One is pure character, the other is pure prestige, and it comes at a price that doesn't make immediate sense. Do not click away. Property 5, 169,000 euros, just under $200,000 in Montesquieu. This is southwestern France again, where the light softens and the stone takes on warmer tones. Villages here often sit among vineyards, sunflower fields, and gently rolling countryside that feels designed rather than accidental. There's a quiet elegance to this part of France. Understated, but unmistakable. This is a stone manor-style house, 160 square meters, about 1,722 square feet, described in the listing as full of character and charm, located in a quiet and pleasant neighborhood. The moment you step inside, the listing describes a spacious and bright living room, the kind of room that actually makes people want to stay and talk, rather than drift through. The kitchen is functional and well equipped. The listing notes, not a project kitchen, a working one. A ground floor WC keeps it practical. Upstairs, 3 spacious bedrooms and a bathroom, with the listing noting excellent potential for customization, meaning the structure is there and the rooms are real, not tiny. Beneath the house, an 87 square meter basement, around 937 square feet. The listing suggests storage or a workshop, but 87 square meters is larger than many studio flats in European capitals. So the potential there is entirely yours to define. Outside, a garden for enjoying the sun on quiet afternoons. Small, but the listing describes it as a green space to relax, which in a stone village house at this price is exactly what you need. The listing carries no renovation flags for this property, described as move-in ready at the time of this roundup. No major renovations, no compromise to flag here. You arrive, you unpack, and you're in a stone manor house in the French countryside. And the best part is, it's described as ready now, with the character fully intact, for just under $200,000. It's not a museum, it's real life. Before we get to property 6, a quick note on the Sarthe, because it's a region that often gets skipped in these conversations. It's northwest France, green and quiet, with Le Mans less than an hour away for practical connectivity. It has the feel of deep rural France without being truly remote. Village life is still very much alive here. Church bells, market days, long lunches. And the property values reflect a region that hasn't yet attracted the kind of international attention that pushes prices up. If the Central France belt is the affordable secret, the Sarthe is the secret within the secret. And the final property is right in the middle of it. Property 6, and this is the finale. 160,000 euros, approximately $188,000. In Place in the Sarthe. The Sarthe carries a quieter identity, green landscapes, traditional farms, and historic villages that feel grounded and lived in rather than curated. With its proximity to Le Mans and relatively easy access to Paris, it balances rural calm with real-world practicality. It's not flashy, and that's exactly why it works. Notice something immediately. It's actually cheaper than Property 5. And now look at what you get. The house itself is 184 square meters, about 1,980 square feet, spread across 4 levels, accessed via one of the village's main roads. Ground floor, an entrance hall, a bright dining room, a spacious living room, a bedroom with an ensuite bathroom and toilet, a kitchen, a utility room, and a hallway with a toilet and wash basin. First floor, a lovely landing leading to 3 spacious, bright bedrooms, a bathroom, and a toilet. Above that, a fully insulated attic divided into 3 sections, already insulated, already there ready for conversion when and if you decide you want it. Below, a cellar with the boiler room. Outside, a pretty sunny courtyard and a beautifully private garden. 2 attached garages, a woodshed, a garden shed, storage sorted before you've even moved in. And the garden, this is the number that changes the entire picture. 1,016 square meters, just over a quarter acre, of walled, sunny, private garden in rural France. The listing describes it as beautiful, and from the description alone, it's easy to understand why. There are no renovation flags. According to the listing at the time of this roundup, this is a move-in ready bourgeois house, described as bright, well-proportioned, and ready as presented. And the best part is, it costs less than the stone manor we just looked at, and it comes with a quarter-acre garden, a fully insulated convertible attic, 2 garages, 4 levels of bright, characterful living space, and a private sunny courtyard. Prices are as selected at the time, so if this one speaks to you, don't sit on it. Comment below which one you'd actually pick. I genuinely want to know.